Welcome back this lovely late Sunday afternoon. We are at Villa Molino Cookery Club. Now, there's been a bit of a gap between my last video and this video. We've been so busy with work, planning the cookery school. Also, I've been away a little while, and so yes, just want to say thank you to all the lovely doctors and nurses at Guildford Hospital that kept me alive. And here I am to do a new recipe. Today, we're going to do Pepperonata Agrodolce. This is pan-fried sweet peppers with a slight sweet and sour flavor. This is very popular in Naples. We do this, we put it in a jar, we put it in the cellar, we leave it in the cold cellar, and we have it on a warm bread in the winter. So, let me tell you what we have here. We have the ingredients. We have some lovely red peppers I got from the farm shop. Look at this beautiful dark red pepper, look at that. Beautiful. So we cut them into little fingers. I show you, you take the red pepper, you cut it in half. You take out the white bit. Take out the white bit. Take out all the seeds. We don't want any seeds. Take out all the seeds. While I'm doing that, I'm going to start with the oil, 2 crushed garlic. 2 crushed garlic in the oil. You can put a little bit of extra oil because this is a Napolitan dish. In Naples, we love the olive oil. Look, round the corner from me here, over there, fantastic farm shop called Country Market. Look at these tomatoes, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get this in Tesco's, you don't get this in Sainsbury's, you don't get this in Budgeons or whatever. Beautiful farm fresh tomatoes from the farm shop. Fantastic. I'm not using this in the recipe, I just wanted to show you. Look at that. So what have we got? I'm just going to cut this last pepper. We've got the garlic sweating away, medium-high heat. So pepper into fingers. Here we go. Then turn the heat up. Yes, turn the heat up. This is a very nice dish. You must make it the day before you want to eat it. You must make it the day before because the flavors mature. So we've got the garlic just picking up some color in the olive oil, a bit more olive oil than normal. We put your sliced onions in. What have we got? Sizzle, sizzle. What have we got? Sizzle, sizzle. So we put the sliced onion. We just want to sweat the onion down a little bit. Sweat the onion down. Put a tiny bit of salt with the onion. It helps to sweat the onion down. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Right. Get the onion to sweat down. I'm going to try and do this live. So what other ingredients have we got here? I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil. Don't worry about having too much oil. This is all part of the recipe. So what have we got? We got the fingers. Chopped red peppers. We've got Kalamata olives. Kalamata olives are split in half. Don't buy the pitted ones. Don't be lazy. Buy the whole olives. Take the stone out. Put the stone in your garden. It'll make an olive tree. We've got some capers here. Nice capers. And some fresh oregano. This is from my garden. I cut the oregano. I dried it, and I've got the beautiful oregano. Oregano very easy to cultivate. Right, so the salt in the onions helps it to soften, ladies and gentlemen. Helps it. Oh, you see my assistant today. This is Lily. Hello, Lily. This is my assistant. Look, she's just checking, make sure everything's all right. So we've got the onions. We've got the garlic, we've got a little bit of salt, That's sweating away, getting nice and soft. The reason why I put extra oil, because I don't want the onions to get too much color. I just want them to sweat and get translucent. So they're just going to get translucent now. Then, now they're getting quite soft. This happens very quickly if you cut the onions very thin. So then we put the red pepper. Don't worry, it might seem a lot. It's all going to cook down. So we put the red pepper, then get a spoon, just toss the red pepper, get it coating the onions, the garlic, red pepper, just toss it like that. Let it get a bit of, you want to get that sizzle, listen for the sizzle. Sizzle, sizzle. Right, so I might cut away because what I'm doing here is I want to slowly, I don't want to do this too fast, slowly fry the red peppers. What you can do, this helps a lot. You can put a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan and put the lid on, so the steam, the initial steam will soften the red peppers, and then the water will evaporate, and then you go back to frying again, you get the color on the peppers. So we're going to do that because it helps a lot, and also the water helps combine all the flavors together. So just a little sprinkle of water, can you hear that? And then put the lid on, that's it. So that's on medium-high heat. Now that steam is going to soften the peppers, but we don't want water in the dish. So we're going to let that all evaporate, and then we're going to finish off frying the peppers. Once the water evaporates, put the sweet and sour, capers, olives, oregano, sugar, red wine vinegar. Back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So it's been about 15 minutes. What I've done is I've covered the red peppers, and I've occasionally lifted the lid, turned them a little bit. So there's still a tiny bit of water there, but you can see they're getting really soft. So this is like the halfway stage. So now we need to add the flavoring. So we want a little bit of salt, and we want the Kalamata olives, we want the capers, we want a pinch of oregano, Right, now we want the sugar. This is the sweet and sour part. So I'll give you all the measurements later, yeah? So we've got the sugar, and we've got the vinegar. Right, I'm going to do this by eye, but I'll tell you the measurements later. Right, there's the vinegar. Right, right. So we toss all that together. Oh, the vinegar. So we turn this up. If you can feel that the sweet pepper is still too crunchy, too hard, you can just add a little bit of water. But at the end result, there must be no water in the pan, so you need to evaporate that off. So now, what we're going to do, we're going to just let that simmer. We don't need the lid now. We're just going to let that simmer to let the water evaporate and let all the flavors combine. Just going to let that simmer, and occasionally we're just going to give it a stir and let it simmer, give it a stir, and then all the water will evaporate and it will sound different. Instead of bubbling, it will sizzle. So you're going to hear that sizzle, sizzle. Then we're going to put some fresh olive oil, some basil, and we're going to put it in a dish. And then it will sit, preferably for one day, or you can you can put it in a jar and put it in the cellar, and it will keep. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put it in a dish, keep it one day, and then it's got to be eaten cold or room temperature, not hot. So this is just going to cook slowly Just gonna keep turning it like this, and I'm gonna show you once all the water has evaporated. It's about medium heat now. It's gonna take maybe 10-15 minutes just to get that water evaporated and get a nice sizzle, and then we're gonna garnish it with fresh olive oil. Back in a minute. Okay, so that's been like simmering away. The water has all evaporated. It's starting to sizzle. You can hear that because when you stir, can you hear that? It's a sizzle. All the water has evaporated. The sweet peppers are very soft. Look, this is ready. It's ready. That was about 15-20 minutes, but you need to do it by eye. You need to do it by eye. So that's ready now. I've checked it for seasoning. It's perfect. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit sour. It's got some bite from the capers, nice Kalamata olives, and that's ready to go. So we're going to turn that off now. Now we're going to put fresh olive oil in it. Fresh olive oil without cooking it, because that's going to give it that lovely salady Pepperonata flavor, and that's going to combine with all the flavors in there, and that's what's going to be so nice on the bread when you put it on the crusty bread. Mwah. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the fresh oil on it, and we're going to put it on a serving dish, garnished with some fresh basil. And you don't want the basil to be inside, you want it to be on top, because it's nice when you eat it. The basil has still some significance that it's not all mushy inside. So we're going to put some nice olive oil. You can be generous. You can be generous with the olive oil, because this is what we call in Italy sotto olio. So this is Pepperonata Agrodolce sotto olio. So it's peppers marinated, sweet and sour in oil. So you can be, and that oil is what you put on your plate or you put on your bruschetta, and it's fantastic on the bread. So that's all going to come out now. Get a nice spatula onto the serving dish, and I'm going to show you, then I'm going to do close up. Look at that. Beautiful, the nice colors, black olives, green capers, fresh basil, look at that, nice and shiny, olives, capers, onions. The two garlic is still in there. If you like, you can take it out, spread it on the bread, take it out, throw away. The garlic is still in there. Look at that. Look at that. Pepperonata agrodolce sotto olio. Fantastic. Look at that. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Every week, new video. Villa Molino Cookery Club. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Ciao.